Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commissioners. Chair, the witness is witness A, and we have spoken to the witness. He will take the oath.
Witness A, can you hear us?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you too. Will you affirm or take the oath?
I will take the oath, Commissioner.
Do you swear that the evidence you are going to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Witness A, should be two bundles that you have with you. The first is a smaller bundle from page 1 to 57. Do you have that bundle with you?
Yes, Commissioner, I have it.
Just a minute. Is it not possible to up the volume a bit, please?
Yes, we are trying to arrange for that, Chair.
Witness A, can you just speak again? Can you confirm that you have the bundle with you?
Yes, Commissioner, I do have the bundle with me.
Thank you. Chairperson, I want to suggest that that bundle be bundle WA for witness A. And then the second bundle that you have with you should be 455 pages long. Do you have that?
That's correct. I also have that one as well.
Thank you. Chairperson, if that bundle can be an exhibit, submitted as an exhibit, which is the Katiso Molefe bail exhibit, and it is exhibit CJC4. Thank you. Witness A, can we go back to the first bundle, which is WA? Can you confirm on page 41 that that is your signature that appears there?
Correct, Commissioner. It is my signature that is appearing on page 41.
Do you confirm that this is a statement that you prepared for purposes of your evidence that you will be giving before the Commission today?
That is correct, Commissioner. I do confirm.
Witness A, can you then go to page 1 of the WA bundle, which is page 1 of your statement? Can I ask you to confirm that paragraphs 1 and 3 are correct insofar as it identifies you and your career within the South African Police Service? Say in of your statement, paid of dealing with your evidence relating to events that transpired during 2024 and this year, which are relevant to the media briefing made by Lieutenant General Mkonazi on the 6th of July 2025. Can you, for the benefit of the Commission, is that your role was, says what do you do within the police service?
Thank you, Commissioner. I will start by saying that I am an investigator within the SAPS, and I am currently based at organized crime, which is the unit that is mandated to investigate crimes that are understood to be of a certain nature, in a sense that they are sophisticated and they need a certain approach. in a way that they are being committed by syndicate, the organized groups. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. You also say in paragraph 5 of your statement, where you deal with what you refer to as the Swart murder investigation, that you are one of the investigators in that case. Can you briefly tell the Commission what the Swart murder is?
Ms. Siegel, perhaps we should place paragraph 3 on record. Just remember, I know what you're doing. The statement will be handed in, but we do have a transcript. And I think we should try as best as possible to put as much information in the transcript as is safe to do.
Thank you, Commissioner. I did ask the witness to confirm the accuracy of paragraph 3 for now, insofar as it relates to his career. Do you just want me to briefly say that it does deal with his career within the police service?
In that case, I have a question that relates to paragraph 3. The witness says that he was attached to a station and thereafter the 3O task team in Soweto. What exactly does refer to?
Witness A, did you hear the question from the chair?
Yes, I got the question from the chair, Commissioner.
Can you answer the question?
The TO task team is the team that is formed to work on the cases, specific cases that are classified as hijackings, house robberies around the area.
Okay. Perhaps witness A, just read the whole of paragraph 3 into the record.
Yes, Commissioner. I started my career in the SAPS in July 2008 at the Basic Training College. Before that, I was a reservist. After college, I was attached to a station, and thereafter, I joined the Triotas team in Soweto, which is a specialized unit focused on combating hijacking residential and business robberies. I remained in the Trio team until 2021, and in late 2021, I joined Gauteng Organized Crime, which is the unit that I'm currently in, Commissioners.
And then in the next paragraph, paragraph 4, you say your SAPS 96 will be made available to the Commission if necessary. What's the SAPS 96?
The SAPS 96 is a document, Commissioner, that mentions what I've just said above. It mentions all the steps that I've gone through since I started in the police and the courses that I've attended and everything.
So it's an internal SAPS document that approximates what one could call a resume or a CV, or not?
That is correct, Commissioners.
Thank you, Chair. Witness A, we are now at paragraph 5 of your statement where you deal with the Swart murder investigation, and you say that you were one of the investigating officers. I had asked you to just briefly tell us what the Swart murder was before we deal with your role as an investigator.
Thank you, Commissioners. The Swart murder is referred, it is the murder that occurred in Vereeniging area on the 17th of April 2024. In brief, this is the case that occurred in the morning of the day that I've just mentioned, the 17th, where an individual was shot and killed at Vereeniging, and then the case was then given to us as a unit to investigate.
Okay. You then mentioned that...
Sorry, the individual being, the individual's name?
The individual's name is Mr. Amar Swart.
Thank you, Chair. You then deal in that paragraph, still on paragraph 5, but on the next page, you refer to many crime scenes related to this murder. Before we deal with the details of the scenes, could you just list the scenes and explain to us why there are 4 scenes that you reference in there?
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. This Vereeniging murder was registered as Vereeniging case 275 of 4/2021, and it is referred to as a main case, and it has got another 3 cases that I would say are consolidated to it or joined under it. And then I will go on and say, as this murder occurred, it was also learned that there were other cases that were connected to it in such a way that the people that murdered Mr. Swart and Vereeniging were arrested at a different area, which is now Bramley, in Johannesburg. And then there was a docket that was registered there, and it was referenced as Bramley case 149 of 4/2024.
And then the clyptopher in 7.2, you mentioned clyptopher as well. Can you explain the relevance of that?
Yes, Commissioner, and there was also another case that was that would later be joined to Vereeniging as well as referenced as clyptopher case 77/4/224. Here is a person that was arrested.
Sorry, so it's not 224, 2024.
2024.
Yeah.
Sorry, Commissioner. Thank you for correction, Commissioner.
You may proceed.
On this case, there is a person that was arrested in Clyptopher, and he was later connected to murder. And then this docket was opened because he was found with a firearm and ammunition at that area. Then it was registered under Clyptopher area and given that number.
Under paragraph 7.1, which you have dealt with already, you refer to a street in Bramley and a house in Q. Is there a reason for saying a house without giving the street address?
Yes, Commissioner, there is a reason to that because that house belongs to the suspect that was arrested in Bramley. And then the reason for not giving the address is because that there is his family that is staying there that can be compromised if maybe this address can be given in public.
Thank you, Witness A. And then if you can tell us about 7.3, the Vereeniging Office Park.
Thank you, Commissioner. The Vereeniging Office Park is also referred to this case as a murder scene or a crime scene of Vereeniging. That is where the murder of Mr. Amar Swart occurred.
Okay, thank you. Witness A, at paragraph 8, you say you'll deal with each scene, and we'll get to that. At paragraph 9, you speak about your role in the investigation and that there is another witness, witness B, who is best placed to deal with other events. Can you tell us why that is?
That is correct, Commissioner. Witness B is going to come after me and deal with this case in details, because at some time I was committed to other cases when we started with this investigation. So I will be doing this case and also attending other cases on the side. And then she was fully committed on this one from the word-go to this day.
Thank you. If we can then go to page 3 of your statement, where you then start with the Swart murder again at paragraph 10, and you don't need to repeat that because you've already dealt with the description of the murder. But if you can just tell us how you got involved in the investigation of the murder.
Thank you, Commissioner. On the 17th of April, 2024, I was on duty when I received a call from one of my colleagues that told us that he has gotten an instruction from our commander, Brigadier Khopane, that we must attend to a crime scene that was active in Bramley. And at that time, we didn't know what this crime scene was all about. And then I did ask him on the phone to give me more details about the crime scene that we were instructed to attend. And then his response was that he does not have full details. He's just given instruction that we must go to that crime scene at the address that was given to us at a time, and we will be briefed as we get to the crime scene.
Can I ask you, witness A, approximately what time would this have been?
This was in the morning of the 17th of April 2024 at around 10.
So approximately 3 hours after the murder had been committed.
That's correct, Commissioner.
If we can then go to page 4 of your statement at paragraph 13, can you tell us what then you did next? You say that you arrived at the office. What transpired thereafter?
Yes, I arrived at the office because at that moment I was driving with witness B in the same vehicle. And then we arrived at the office, then we got to this colleague of ours that was giving us the instruction from the brigadier. Then we requested him to brief us a little further about what we needed to do. And then he said all he has is the address where we need to go and attend, and then the number of the person that needs to give us full details when we get to the crime scene. And what happened, that colleague of ours jumped into the vehicle that I was driving, and then the three of us drove to the crime scene at Bramley.
Was there anyone else that accompanied you?
Yes, Commissioner, we were joined by two other colleagues of ours a little later at the crime scene. They were instructed to be with us at the crime scene. We were initially told by the brigadier through the colleague that has just given us the instruction from the brigadier that it appeared as if the crime scene was huge and it will need more than 3 members to attend to, which is why we had to be joined by 2 extra detectives, which was Warrant Officer Mapalane and Sergeant Gosi.
And You then, in paragraph 14, deal with what you observed when you arrived on the scene. Can you tell us, give us more detail on that? And this is now the Q Bramley scene.
Yes, Commissioner. When we arrived at the crime scene, we saw a lot of police vehicles marked and unmarked. And then we asked as to who was going to brief us. And then we arrived there, we found the TRT team, which is Tactical Response Team, and then the Provincial Tracking Team that were already at the crime scene. And then we requested to be briefed before the scene could be handed over to us.
And what did they tell you as part of the brief?
They told us that there were 3 people that had already been arrested in the Viano that was parked in the center of the crime scene at the street. And then they told us the information that they had at a particular time.
Sorry, Witness A.
Sorry, witness, a Mercedes-Benz Viano. I just want to give the full description as it appears from the statement. Apologies for interrupting you mid-sentence. Can you please repeat the last thing you were saying?
Yes, Commissioner. I was saying when we arrived there, we were briefed that there were 3 people that had already been arrested. And then furthermore, the members that were briefing us, they told us that those 3 people were arrested in a Mercedes-Benz Viano. That is a V-Class bus Viano that was parked in the middle of the street.
And what else did they tell you about the Viano?
And then they told us that this Viano belonged to one of the people that were arrested at the crime scene. They also told us that there is exhibits, or there are exhibits that were recovered from the Viano.
Okay.
And furthermore, they told us that these 3 suspects that were arrested there are suspected to be connected to the murder that had just occurred 2 hours or a few hours earlier in Vereeniging, the murder that I mentioned when I started on my statement of Amar Swart.
Now,
And they told us that they were going to hand over the scene to us, but promised that they will keep giving us information as we progress with the crime scene.
okay, in paragraph 15 of your statement, you deal with interviews with the suspects. Can you just elaborate on that?
That is correct, Commissioner. We started interviewing the suspect individually, and then we found that one of them was a police officer that was stationed at Johannesburg Central under Detective Branch. And then he introduced himself to us as Michael Puletau. And then I personally asked him if he was not supposed to be at work, as it was a working day. And he told me that he actually is on duty.
Continue.
And the second suspect that was arrested with him introduced himself as Musake Kane of Q, the house that I didn't give address to. He told us that he was a friend of Tau, and he was together with Tau when he was arrested in a Viano. And the third person that I will not name because he was not charged. He was released because we could not link him to the murder or any other crime that happened on that day. But he was arrested on that day because he was found with them. We had to ask him questions and see if he was connected to the crimes. But he did give his names to us.
And what did he say? What reason did he give for why he was with Tau and Kekana?
He told us that he knows Musa Kekana. Then he told us that Musa Kekana had just called him as he was coming to him, and then he said he needs a rim, the rim of a Mercedes-Benz. He said he told him that one of his friends was stuck in Vereeniging side in the Val, Kliprivier, with the Mercedes-Benz that had a damaged rim. Therefore, they wanted the rim from him to go back to the Val to assist him.
And then insofar as the Viano is concerned, you said earlier you were briefed by the team that was on site that Tau, one of the suspects, was the owner of the Viano. Did one of the suspects take ownership of the Viano?
Yes, Tau did agree that the Viano is his.
Okay.
But he then told us that he was not driving it at the time when they were arrested. Musa was the driver.
Okay. In paragraph 16, you continue with what was observed on the scene, but you mention specifically items that were found at the scene. Can you deal with that?
That is correct, Commissioners. When we got there, we found that there were recoveries that were found in the Viano. Among the recoveries that were there were 4 cell phones, with one cell phone being a small phone that we refer to as a burner phone.
Can you?
In the sense that,
Oh, please continue. I wanted to ask what a burner phone is.
we refer to it, Commissioner, as a burner phone in a sense that it does not have internet capabilities. It does not have, it's those small phones that you do not have internet capabilities on. Usually in the line of work that I'm in, we find suspect that they will have their smartphone, which is their personal phone, and they will use this so-called burner phone, which does not have the internet capabilities, with a belief that when they use it, it's not easy for them to be traced.
I thought
So it is usually referred to as a burner phone.
I thought this related to the phone not having been registered properly. The verb used colloquially being that it has not been recorded. So a burner phone has nothing to do with it.
I won't be technical about it, Commissioner. I'm just saying it the way we understand it in the line of work that I do.
Thank you, Witness A. Insofar as the burner phone is concerned, did anyone claim ownership of the burner phone?
No, Commissioners, no one of them wanted to claim ownership of the phone.
And insofar as the other 3 phones that you found on the scene, what were you told about that?
The 3 other phones, one of those phones was Michael Puller's phone. He said it was his. The other one was Musa's phone. He agreed that it is his. Then the other one, they said it belonged to the person that was arrested in Kliprivier.
And this would be the 3rd suspect, which we'll get to later.
This will now be the 3rd suspect that we'll get to later, correct, Commissioners?
Okay. And then in paragraph 17, you speak about additional material that was found on the scene in addition to the cell phones. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Yes, commissioners. There was also a rim of a Mercedes-Benz that was also found in the Viano. And then when the suspects were asked about it, they said it belonged to the person that we didn't arrest. And then the explanation was that it was going to be used to assist the person that was stabbed in Klibrifir in the Val.
Okay, what else did you find?
And then we also recovered 15 used cartridges of a rifle that were in a plastic bag, a transparent plastic bag, also in the vehicle.
Now, in your statement, you referred to these 15 cartridges as the infamous 15 cartridges. Why do you call it that?
Yes, commissioners, these 15 cartridges were then later going to assist us to link this suspect to the murder scene in Vereeniging or to the firearms that would later be found in the house in the crime scene that is also in Bramley, at a house that I didn't give address of.
Okay. And in addition to the cartridges, did you find any firearms?
Before you step off the cartridges, is it normal to find a collection of empty cartridges like this?
No, Commissioner, it is very abnormal, to the extent that we did ask the owner of the vehicle as to why these cartridges were carried around like the way they were. And his explanation was that they belong to his brother, who is a professional hunter, a sports, he gave a term, he said he's a professional, he belonged to a club that do sport hunting. Then we asked him, why do you carry them around? Then he said he was using the vehicle a previous day, then he forgot them in a car.
But did they explain, or did he explain why the brother would have collected these and placed them in a plastic bag?
No, Commissioner, he failed to explain that part of the question because we did ask him. He failed. He totally failed.
Is it so that empty cartridges are found after a firearm has been fired? They fall off. As you fire, an empty cartridge falls off. Is that not so?
That is correct. That's what I understand with the firearms. If you fire, then the cartridge will fall off the ground.
So for cartridges to be found, collected and placed in a plastic bag, it would mean that someone must have picked up those empty cartridges and placed them in the plastic bag.
That is correct, Your Worship. That is what we concluded. We thought that it means someone collected these cartridges from the crime scene, maybe for the purposes to dispose of them, so that they cannot be linked to the firearm.
And
Not
yes.
knowing that they will be arrested before they get rid of the cartridges.
Or I think right at the beginning of your last sentence, you talk about linking. So does it mean that from an empty cartridge, you are able to tell what firearm was used to fire or to shoot? That is,
I would say
yes.
yes, commissioners. It will be, it is like that. You get the firearm, and then you get the cartridge, and then you can compare to say this cartridge was fired from this firearm.
So you must have both. You must have a firearm and you must have the empty cartridge.
That will be a technical question to answer.
All right, all right.
But for us, it is very good if you have them both.
Yes.
Sometimes you can only find the firearm, you take it to ballistics. If you like it, they will tell you that the other crime scene has got the empty cartridge that is connected to your firearm. Then they do a linkage. And then you can do, maybe you get a cartridge without a firearm, then they connect it vice versa. So with us, it was good because we got the cartridge and the firearm. So I think it was easy for someone who was going to do the linkages in that sense.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Witness A, you say in your statement that the cartridges likely would not have been found had the team not apprehended the suspects that day. Is that what you were referring to earlier?
That's correct, Commissioner. That's what we thought as a team to say. These cartridges were going to be disposed of before we arrest the people.
Okay. I had asked you find the empty cartridges, but did you find any firearms on the suspects?
Yes, Commissioner. There was one firearm that was found inside the Viano in a sling bag, and then it belonged to Michael Puletau. He told us that was his firearm, a licensed firearm, a private licensed firearm.
And what type of firearm was it?
It was a pistol.
Just pause there for a moment. Was Witness A, it's Commissioner Kumalo here. The firearm that was found in the Viano that you say you were told belongs to Dow, was it a service pistol or his private pistol? And the second question, was it licensed? Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. This was his private personal firearm and it was licensed to him.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And maybe just to continue on that question, Commissioner, we did ask him about his service pistol as a police officer who was on duty was supposed to be having it. Then he told us that he had long surrendered it back to the employer. He didn't carry it around.
Thank you. You then also speak about a license plate that was found. Can you elaborate?
Yes, Commissioner. Among the things that were recovered or found in the Viano was a set of license plate, the registration number, that was later linked to the vehicle or the Mercedes-Benz that was found where the third suspect was arrested in the Val at Kliprivier. That will mean the Mercedes-Benz was driving with a wrong plate number wherever it was at that given time.
Now, I just want to place paragraph 18 of your statement on record, given that this is still an ongoing matter. You say, any further information regarding the scene is not relevant to the Commission's work and may compromise the case if disclosed publicly at this stage. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yes, Commissioners, because more of information is the details that I think might compromise the case as the case is at a critical stage at court.
Thank you, Witness A. You then move on to the second scene, which is still part of the Bramley case number, which is the house in Q that you referred to earlier. Can you tell us what transpired there?
This is what we refer to as scene 2 at Bramley, where now the second suspect, which is Musa Kekana, resided. In this crime scene, I didn't attend it myself because I had to go and attend the crime scenes that were at the Val. So I left other members to attend to it. And then they attended to it. Then we were communicating with them constantly with the recoveries that were recovered at the crime scene and what was going on at the crime scene.
And you refer...
And,
continue.
Yes, Commissioners.
Continue, Witness A.
Yes, Commissioners. In this crime scene, we were told that the police that were attending there recovered a motor vehicle, which is a Hyundai i20, which inside had a bag that was loaded with 3 firearms, of which 1 was a rifle and 2 were pistol and a lot of ammunition.
Now, you say in your statement that the I-20 was spotted at the murder scene at the time of the murder on CCTV cameras. When were you informed of that?
That is correct, Commissioners. As I said, that we were briefed continuously as we were at the scene. The information that kept coming in was that in the morning at around 7 of the same day, which is the 17th of April, at the crime scene, 2 vehicles were seen in the CCTV cameras. And then one of those vehicles was a Hyundai, the same Hyundai that now is being recovered at Musa's house. And then we were told that this vehicle was driving around the crime scene, making turns with the Mercedes-Benz that was later recovered with the suspect number 3 at Klipperfield. Now, this information is from the members that attended the crime scene at Vereeniging that watched the footage at the crime scene and told us that they seeing these vehicles and then now gave information for us and other units to see if these cars that we're talking about match the description that they're giving us.
Witness A, where you say these 2 vehicles were seen in the morning at the crime scene, which crime scene are we talking about?
I'm now talking the crime scene where Mr. Amar Swart was made at the Commissioners in Vereeniging at Duncanville.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Badoy. We have displayed the visual of the Hyundai and the Witness A. I'm not sure if you can see the screen, but you do have hard copies of these documents, and I think you are able to look at it from your side on your computer. Do you see what we see, or do you have it on your laptop?
I cannot see it from the display, but I have it here with me from the documents that I have, Commissioners.
Okay, can you describe for us?
Can't we screen share for the witness to see, for us to be sure that the witness is looking at what we are looking at?
We can attempt to do so, Chair.
Witness A?
Just
Yes, Commissioners.
While they are busy sorting out the visuals, when you talk about a Mercedes-Benz, just be clear because evidence is being transcribed. There's a Mercedes-Benz Viano and a Mercedes-Benz C200. So when you refer to a Mercedes-Benz, please just clarify which one you are referring to.
Thank you, Commissioner. In this instance, I refer to a Mercedes-Benz C200, which is a sedan.
Just a minute. I saw on my screen a whole lot of documents, and I'm not sure how safe that is.
We have redacted the necessary information, Chair.
So when I see all of those documents, I should not be worried.
No, Chair, not at all. It is just a description of what is shown in the photo, and the relevant personal information has been redacted.
Good morning,
All right, thank you.
Senior Counsel.
Are we still trying?
Yes, Chair.
It is now 11 o'clock. Good morning to you.
We're just trying to figure out how
honourable
to share
members,
screen. Okay.
members of Parliament with us or who have joined us for
Witness
today's
A, are you able to
proceedings.
see the screen?
Yes, Commissioner,
The
I can
staff
see
of
this
Parliament,
screen.
Dr.
Okay.
Tully, I see
Can
you there.
you tell us what we're
With your
looking at
team.
here?
Senior
At the screen, I'm
Counsel,
seeing
Advocate Arense
two
and your
vehicles.
team. Good morning.
Good morning, Honourable Chair, Honourable
That is,
members, Minister
in
Nkunu,
front of
his
the
legal
of the
team,
bike,
and
which is
media,
a
everyone
wide
present.
vehicle.
The
Then it
members
looks
of
like
the media,
it is actually a
good morning to
Hyundai
you.
i20
I
that
saw
was-
today you came very early,
So
and
We can hear you.
when I
Difficile
arrived,
of the
some of
country.
you mistook me for Minister Mkunu.
Just
it's 7 o'clock.
But
It's
you-
actually 7:01.
You could notice the difference that
Yes, that's the second one. We'll
a
go there
taller
now.
figure came out
That's
of
the
the car.
second
and
image.
Minister Edward
Can you hear us,
Senzo
Witness A?
Mkunu,
And then the
Good
second
morning.
image, it is the same.
and welcome.
Sorry, Commissioners.
Thank you very much.
Please
We are
proceed.
going to start with today's proceedings. Minister, we've invited
Thank you,
you
Commissioners.
here for
And this
today,
image, it is the same vehicle,
tomorrow,
the Hyundai i20.
and next week,
And then on
Tuesday.
this one, it is seen with the
And in the
vehicle
event
that
we
was
may
driven
not
by
finish on Tuesday,
Mr. Swart, the
we
deceased.
will also use Wednesday.
If you can go to the next one.
Senior Counsel, may I check if there is something you want to say before I administer oath on the witness?
Yes, Commissioners, the next one,
Not
It's
particularly, Honourable Chair.
the vehicle of the deceased standing right in front of the gate.
Can I check if there is
of where he was
anything honourable
working,
members
and
want to
then
say
we
before
see
I
the
administer
Hyundai
oath?
i20 standing next to it.
Okay, I'm not seeing any hand. I'm
And
proceeding.
this is the Hyundai i20
Once
that was
I'm
found
done
at
with
the house
that,
in Kew.
Senior Counsel, I'm going to hand over straight to you
This is the Hyundai
start
i20 that
with,
was found
with
at the house in Kew, the house that
process.
belongs to Musa Kekana, who was arrested with Michael Bullet down.
Just a moment, Advocate Seagulls. Witness A, the other vehicle that you've
Before
described
I
and you say
administer
was being
oath,
driven
Minister,
by
I
the
would like
deceased, can we
to
please
bring the
identify
following
it?
to
Make
your
and model?
attention.
You don't have to
It
give
has
us the year.
become
I
a
assume you
ritual
won't
that
know.
We do
Just
with
the color,
every
make,
witness
and model.
appearing before us. There
Correct,
are a
Commissioner. I
few
wouldn't
paragraphs
know
that
the
I
year
need to
model,
read
but it is
so
a
that you
Ford
understand the purpose
double
why you
cab
are
buggy.
here and what are the
So it's a
rights
silver Ford Ranger.
that you have.
It's a silver Ford Ranger double cab. Thank you, Commissioner.
Honorable Minister, you have been invited to appear
Witness
before
XA,
this
rather,
ad
if
hoc
you
committee,
just go back to the very first shot,
which
Ms. Siggles.
investigates the allegations by Lieutenant General
You've got
Kantam
two
Kwanas.
vehicles there. There's the white
You have
one,
been
which I think
provided-
you've
you have been
identified as the
invited to provide
Hyundai
information
i20.
in relation to
Is your evidence
ad
that
hoc
the silver
committee's
vehicle
oversight.
that we
Point of
see
order, Chair.
there is the vehicle driven by Mr. Swart?
Can I speak?
Commissioner, please.
Yes,
Okay,
you can
let's go
speak.
to the second shot.
I thought, good morning, members.
And you say that yellow circle there, it's that Hyundai now in the middle of the road. And perhaps for the record, we should describe where it is. In the first shot, the vehicle is on the side of the road. Is that correct? In the very first
the
shot?
witness before this committee
That is correct,
and ask
Commissioner.
you,
The i20
is
Hyundai.
the rightful person
And the
who
one
must be
in
before
front, you
us,
say that's Mr.
and then
Swart.
hand him over.
I requested
In
the
fact, in
senior
the shot
counsel
just
before I
above,
administer oath
Ms. Siegel,
to say, is
there are two
anything
shots in the
that he wants to say
picture
he's
who shows the white
Unless
vehicle almost
you want
abreast
him to
with
read it into
the
the
silver
record.
vehicle, both facing in the same
I can
direction.
once again give
Is
him
that the
that
same
opportunity to do
vehicle
so.
that was in the
But
middle
I
of the
checked with
road
the
in the
senior
previous
counsel.
shot?
If there
Is that your
anything
evidence?
that
That is correct,
he wants
Commissioner.
to do before I administer
Now,
oath.
and that is still the
that's
Hyundai.
the
now,
problem
in the
with our senior
second
counsel.
shot
If
of what
these
we are
things of
looking
law,
at,
they don't
there
have
are
a
in fact
shortcut.
two vehicles, white
That's what
vehicles.
we spoke about even before the witnesses came
and
before us. That the
and none of
step-by-step
them is
includes
facing
the
the
following.
same direction
So he should have
as
done
the
what is
silver
expected of
vehicle.
him.
Can you just
He
explain
can't say,
that
"I'm
for the
fine."
record? What
Must
are we
say,
seeing on
before
record?
you chair